What are we doing? You know what I'm talking about. Why do we let them tell us what to do? And you know who I'm talking about. Who on earth thought it was a good idea to listen to TV personalities, internet podcasters? Have you seen these people? They're freaks. Their kids are freaks. Their marriages are a mess. These are the same people that cozy up to PDF files. Everything they do in their daily life is so utterly unlike anything you or me do. These people spend half of those lives in a green room completely insulated from any of the goings-ons of their audience. And for decades, for some reason, we sit around with a straight face and let them tell you how bad everything you do is. We have to listen to them sing shitty covers of Imagine by John Lennon, and you and me are expected to sit around with a straight face and reflect on how we could be better. They take private jets to climate summits 15 times a year to talk about how to make your car owning experience worse. Then they go around and make a propaganda campaign to make you feel bad about the fact that you're the only one in the car on your work commute. Are we stupid? Are we really that dumb? Do we not understand that whatever world these talking heads and Hollywood socialites and podcasters have a hand in making, that they're completely shielded from that? Does it not occur to us that they have no skin in the game in regards to what ideas they plant into the heads of the mindless masses? And listen, you and me are part of the mindless masses. You might be smart. I'm not very smart. But people can be smart, but the crowd, the herd, is a mindless animal. And these people have their fingers right up the nose of that animal, and they're pulling it by the nose wherever they want it to go. They can make left wing fight right wing. They can crash the economy. They can invert everything you ever understood to be right and wrong. They can do their best to make us a bunch of angry, stupid people. And they never have to deal with the consequences of that. You and me do. COVID lockdowns, BLM riots, crippling national debt, completely unstable global conditions. All of these things are top-down ideas. And they're the ideas of a bunch of freaks. 9 out of 10 whom raise the most maladjusted kids, have the worst personal lives, and we just sit around eating up what they have to say. We will completely disregard the opinions of people in our own community who have the lives we want, who have good habits, valuable experiences, starting a business, healthy families. These are the people keeping society together. Basically, never mind. And point is, we will sit around and we'll think that Piers Morgan and Ben Shapiro have the answers we need to live the lives we want, but not the guy or the gal 3 houses down from you who can give you actual practical advice on how to get into a house like that, how to start a family like they have. These people, we need to throw these people in the garbage. The fact that most of us keep tuning in to these performative, elite, hedonistic freaks, it's like walking right past a water fountain and getting yourself a refreshing glass of toilet water. Oh, but I'm trying to stay informed. Yeah, right. Trying to stay informed is the biggest lie we tell ourselves. That we're just going to indulge in ceaseless hours of political and cultural slop to stay informed, to be good citizens, and to do our civic duty. We're going to keep listening to Ellen DeGeneres and people on Twitter with blue check marks, because blue check marks means they're a thought leader. And that's going to equip us. What they have to say is going to equip us with what it takes to be a good, normal person. Listen to me. You do so much more damage listening to sociopaths like Ellen DeGeneres and Ben Shapiro and letting them program your thoughts and behaviors and morality. You do more damage listening to them than just sticking your head in the sand and being content with being a retard. Because at least if you're a fool, being a fool on its own isn't malicious. But being a fool who is open and receptive to these crazy ideas that these crazy people spout every day, that turns you into a weapon. Because you're just open to any kind of programming from any kind of person. That's your reward for staying informed. Now, let me get this straight. I'm not saying you're not allowed to know what's going on. And I'm not saying that you can't have a favorite podcaster or talk show host or whatever. All I'm saying is, one, you'll never know all the variables. So you'll never have a complete answer. So if you're going to listen to that stuff, at least trim it down a bit, because the odds that they're going to say something so enlightening and so earth-shattering that it would change your entire worldview if you watched an hour less of it, the odds that you would miss that nugget of information is like 0. And if you did miss it, you'll see it on the internet. You're not going to miss it. And number 2, if you're going to listen to someone online, even a small page like mine, you have to maintain some distance. You have to be like in third person mode. Watch the exchange of information. Watch as what I say or whoever else you're listening to. Watch as what we say interacts with your mind. Be aware of how it's changing you and you know, taking root in your brain. You got to be careful. Maintain the distance. Watch the information they give you. Look at their lives. I mean, by their fruit they'll be known. You know what I'm talking about? So if your favorite cultural and political commentators, talk show host, whatever, have a bunch of mentally ill crackhead kids with gender dysphoria, then maybe you should take what they say with a pretty giant grain of salt. And I'm not saying it's always their fault. You can't know these things. But if you go look at Hollywood and you look at the entertainment industry, who have kind of turned into the moral compass of society, and you see that none of them can successfully raise a child, maybe you shouldn't listen to them. And think about who's really going to give you better advice. Some freak on TV with that nightmare family, or the contractor you know down the street raising 5 kids and running his business. And when in doubt, trust your gut. Your gut's normally onto something. There's all kinds of dialectical, argumentative tricks to get you to believe and concede to ideas that aren't in your best interests. Think about the suicidal empathy thing people are talking about right now. And in times like these, I think it's best to say yes and no, not based on argument, not based on debate, but based on your gut feelings. Because a really good debater can win an argument against someone who's right. So you gotta be careful out there. Watch what you eat. And that means watch what you're putting in your gut and watch what you're putting in your brain. With that in mind, take care. See you in the next video. Also, I know I need to get a pop filter. I do have a pop filter on. It's just awful. So, you'll have to deal with it a little bit longer. I don't feel like bringing my good mic to work. So, anyways, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.